Jet Reynolds back on top. After that heartbreaking moto where the bike broke, but right now we got the plus 50 senior John Grew going for another championship. And I think that might have been OBC, Barry Carson out front. And it was Barry Karsten.
It was the 31 Suzuki of Karsten grabbing the early lead in this one, and this is exactly what he said it takes to beat John Gruey out here. So we'll see whether or not that's going to be the case as we look a little further back. Gruey is buried back further in the pack than what we normally see that rider buried. We are actually looking at the 33 in that second place position right now. That is James McElvain. He took an 8th and a 9th in Moto number 1 and 2. So as we look back through the packs, I'm trying to sort out where that 70 of Gruey is. We'll see whether or not Barry Karsten's going to have a lot to worry about, and if so, how long it may take for the 70 machine to work his way up through into contention.
You know, last time Barry and Grew kind of got out in front on their own, Grew had a gap on him, and Barry really didn't lose too much time. So if John Grew is buried back in the field, he is going to have to push extra hard to make it all the way up to Barry Karsten.
8th place, I think I counted him at back, and I think he's already gained a couple of more spots since that time as they go past the Suzuki Waterworks, now through the Rocky Mountain Rollers. And here we go. Things are getting sorted out. Gruey to the inside. Another couple of... Oh, Gruey off the bike. The bike's still upright, but he's off the side, gets it going, doesn't let it stall out. But, man, lost a couple of spots in the process.
Yeah, when you said he was in 8th, just in one sweeper, he got himself all the way up to about 4th and then back to 8th position just like that. So John Grew, he's like a yo-yo out there on the track right now, trying to calm down and bring home his second plus 50 championship.
Well, here we roll through the final turns now. Barry Karsten now heading toward the, actually that's the 76 machine now. No, Karsten's already through, man. That's how big a lead he's already got. I looked down, I thought that got a little bit of a lag on the video, I guess, as Ralph Bentley about 10.5 seconds back, the 76 machine in that number 2 spot.
How does the 76 machine get that good of a start on a 125 two-stroke?
I don't know. I guess it's hard desire. Pin it and let it rip, I guess, is the only thing.
Pin it to win it.
Alan Alford, the second, is third. Michael Keating in 4th. It is Don Bostflug. How you say that again? McElvain in the number 6 spot. John Gruey is 7th. Rodney Carrier 8th. Earl May 9th. And John Begin. It rounds out your top 10. Terry Pidlack in 11th. Mark Newman from Redbud. Worked with him last week at the ATV Motocross National, the 13th and 12th place. James Adams, the 34th and 13th. Donald Monixon is 14th. Howard Yabe is in 15th. Tim Philippi is 16th. Jeff McCune in 17th. Alan Harrison is 18th. 19th. Troy Johnson and John Major rounds out your top 20 here as we check back up front with our leaders and see how things are going for Gruey here through this next lap of racing. He's already pulled up to the 3rd place ride of Al Alford. Here is 4th place ride now going or trying to go into out of Storyland now, but Alford not relinquishing that position so easily as we head under the Suzuki banner. Now past the Waterworks station. Gruey in the drag race right now with Alford for 3rd. Meanwhile, Karsten continues to stretch things out 10.5 seconds over Ralph Bentley, who's another second or so. And actually, Gruey might have just went into the number 2 spot. But the gap is still 10, 12 seconds that he's going to be looking at between he and Barry Karsten. Looking at the standings, last time around, Karsten would have been your champion as he would have went 2-2-1. John Gruey would have went 1-1-7. But this time around, I believe the tail of the tape will be a little different. Karsten checking in right now as Gruey just now coming into the heart of this race course through the sweeper turn and now down to the final turn itself. So we'll see where this will set Gruey now, and that does appear to be that he is in 2nd place. So a 1-1-2 gives him 4. So he's got Karsten beat by 1 point in this. So basically all Gruey has to do is maintain the position now, and he's got this lock, stock, and barrel. Earl May looking at a 4.44 right now for 3rd overall is Alan Alford, who is running in now the number 3 spot. A 5.63 would score him 4th overall. And right now all eyes, though, up front to see whether or not Gruey can maintain composure to capture his second consecutive 50-plus national championship, the Masters 50-plus title here at Loretta's. One that may seem easy to win for some, but I'll tell you, some of the best battles we see sometimes comes from right here. Right now, John Gruey looking at a 17-second gap. Alan Alford another 4 seconds back in third. Fourth place in this final moto is Earl May. Ralph Bentley, the 76, is in fifth place. Don Boseplug, the number 28 machine, whom we saw go 6-3 and currently running in the number 6 spot, is running 6 right now. And if you do the math, that would put him 5th overall. And we'll see how things change for him. McElvain is 7th. Michael Keating in 8th. Rodney Bart Newman now up to a top 10. You know, we had a chance, well, a lot of these guys that we see out here in the Masters 50-plus class either have or had some sort of factory support at some point, or some kind of really big support, or somebody that's pushed them. Guys like Karsten and Gruey, Earl May, you know, those guys have all seen those types of help through the years. One guy that hasn't, that has scored a podium this week, and he's really proud of the fact that he was able to do what he's been able to achieve this year, and that's Don Boseplug. He's a self-made man, and he and his buddies decided, we're going to Loretta Lynn's this year, and of course we had a chance to catch up with him and talk a little bit about Don Boseplug.
Tell me about the story with the dad and the son.
Okay, so we made the trip from Washington State, and here with the dad and son. Son's moto came up first, ended up with a 6th. Dad goes out and gets a 6th. Son goes out and gets a 3rd. Dad goes out and gets a 3rd. Son goes out, gets a 3rd for a 3rd overall, I believe. The old man's going to go off the line here shortly, and we're looking for another 3rd.
Yeah.
First year here for the ranch for them, and just proud to be part of it.
Are they having fun?
Oh, absolutely a great time.
Are they drinking?
No. We have someone that handles that in our camp for us.
And I'm going to tell you something.
Okay.
We don't even know who you are.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So that's, you know, you can tell me, you can be honest with me.
Right.
Has there been a little drinking at the ranch?
From people around, not in our camp.
Okay, never mind.
I see it
can't
around.
crack you.
I can see it around.
All right, you're telling me that Dad's a workaholic.
Yes.
He went and rode a bunch of motos right before he came over here?
Not really. I say he's probably rode 5 20-minute motos in the last 3 weeks before he came, maybe even a month. Wasn't able to train. Big job, came up at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Can't. And so, previous Ernsberg rider, I think 4 attempts, never a finish, but the first attempt in his mid to late 40s, he went off the first 50.
Oh, man, what a heartbreaker there. And John Gruey going down, and that right there may have turned the face of this 50-plus class around. Not sure how many positions the number 70 may have lost there. And if he didn't lose any positions, he had a 15-second gap over Earl May, and I don't think I saw Earl May go past him, and we're getting reports that he did not lose any positions. So the only thing that he did lose there was time that he was making up. He had made up another 3 seconds. Now we see a 30-second gap between he and Carson as far as back to Earl May. Earl has taken away some of that gap at 15.8 seconds a lap ago. And after the little miscue by John Gruey there, it looks like that gap may be tightening up more to a 9-second gap. Boseplug now up to a number 4 spot as we is hearing from his family. And Alan Alford rounds out your top 5. Ralph Bentley checking in the number 6 spot. So, wow, Barry Karsten just about got a huge present here in this Masters 50-plus class when we saw John Gruey go down there, Jason. That's something you don't see a whole lot of.
No, he is human. I didn't know.
Well,
he actually is human. He can crash.
Well, he wanted to let folks know that, you know. I mean, we have kind of thought that he was a little above us, you know, but he was telling me in the pits, he goes, guys, really, I'm no better than anybody else out there. I just train harder.
Oh, and now stalling is Earl May. This moto has turned crazy, and there's a 20 up. That was very nice of Don Baseflug to pull up and say, hey, you all good? You doing all right? They're all pulling up behind him. 23.
The plus 50 Enduro Cross class.
Yeah, I think it was Alan Alford who just went by in the 21. So May having his problems. By the way, this is crazy, but Barry Karsten has actually never won a moto here. He's gotten
just
on the
listen to you go off on Barry Karsten.
Oh, I'm very excited.
New Jersey's
Yes,
Barry
I'll tell you
Karsten.
what, Barry Karsten living about 2 miles from my house growing up. I used
Has
to
he
ride my
never won
bike
a
past
moto?
his garage and like look and be like, there it is. There's Barry Karsten's garage. Wall to wall. Had better stock of RM parts than the entire state of New Jersey, all the dealerships
Still.
combined.
Still has the best stock.
Anyway, Barry started racing here as a vet rider, I think about 4 years ago. He's been to the podium a lot. Dude, a lot. He's
Consistency.
really good.
Yes.
He's really, he's a great rider, okay, guys? But he does not have an actual gold moto medal yet. So
Well,
this would be a big breakthrough for him.
A huge breakthrough for Karsten. He's actually re-upping his 50-year contract with Suzuki this season, so he's going to be able to negotiate a lot into the next year when Suzuki's coming out with that brand new 2018. So he is pumped on that 50-year contract extension. He is about to sign over at the Suzuki pits and try to take home #1 spot here and do it for New Jersey and Jason Wigan.
Oh, yeah, for the boss. The E Street Band. They're ready to jam out on this one. The late, great Clarence Clemens, the saxophone solo he would put together if Barry could get it done on the podium and win this one. Be something amazing, I'm telling you what. So Barry Karsten, the ageless Barry Karsten, doesn't even need to bother with the sponsorship plugs here because there is not a single person that does not know that Barry Karsten is sponsored by Bromley Suzuki.
We got
Answer
Brad
or
up here,
MSR and Arai helmets.
Brad's up here, and he looked over. And he said, so you're saying Barry Karsten's born to run?
Yeah, born to run.
Dropping it in there.
Yeah.
He's been listening to us too long.
It's a last chance power drive for Barry Karsten. Highways paved with broken heroes.
All right, Jason.
We're checking out the 82. By the way, give me the name on that one, Big Brad. That is Steve Mayer of Yakima, Washington. Really cool story. The 82 you're watching on the screen, he is the 1982 World Downhill Ski Champion and a former Olympic medalist. I believe a silver medalist at the 1984 Winter Olympics. So world class. Silver medalist in the Olympics as a skier. There he is on the number 82. Racing motocross, qualifying in the 50-plus class. That is awesome. So a really cool story there, and we're getting some footage. We'll cover that on our television show. Lucas Oil giving us 2 hours of coverage on NBC Sports Network.
And another great story we have up here in the tower. 5-time beer tent champion Greg Albertson up in the tower after that plus 30 moto, finishing off the plus 30 class. And guess what place, Jason? Guess what place Greg Albertson winding up in plus 30?
Oh, not at the beer tent, but
not
in plus
the beer
30?
Tent. We know what was happening down at the beer tent.
Which is your good class?
Plus 30.
Plus 30 is your better one, right? 8th?
No, 11th. 11th
All
was
right.
the plus 30 class for me.
All right.
But,
I
guys
gave
are
you a
talking
little
about
bump there.
You guys are talking about OBC out here, and Jimmy's been ripping me all week, but I remember 06, Jimmy riding the A class down in Florida Winter Ams, and possibly a 40 OBC whooping up on a 17-year-old Jimmy Albertson. On the race.
Jimmy has been beaten
That
by
is
Barry Karsten.
Hey, that is a total false statement. He did not beat me, but I will say this.
Fake news?
It is fake news.
Barry Karsten did not ever beat you.
This is fake news, but what did happen
Hey,
was...
let me just call this. I got the 4. This is Base Flug on the 28, battling it out with Earl May. That is for 3rd place for a podium. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Earl May, man. Earl the Pearl, he's one of the oldest dudes in the pits, period. Even Grandma and Grandpa back there drinking, sitting at the river, he's older than them. That's how old this guy is. He's out there getting it done on that number 4 Kawasaki. Number 4 on the Kawasaki, that means he got 4th in this class last year. So if you guys see 1-digit numbers, that means they're returning in the same class, and that is the position that they scored the year before. So Earl the Pearl been doing it here at Loretta's for a long time.
Don't change the subject. Let's go back to
All
you
right,
and Barry
let's
Karsten
get back
battling.
to Barry
Don't change the
Karsten.
subject.
Okay, so this is what happened with Barry Karsten. I was in a heated battle with Ricky Renner, who we had up in the tower earlier, plus 25 two-time champion, and I actually ended up getting pushed off the track with him, having to cut the track. And when I came back on, Barry Karsten was upset for me riding on the side of the track and completely cleaned me off my bike in the next corner. So the aggression of Barry Karsten coming back out today in 2017, 11 years later, and he is going to take the Moto win, but it is not going to be enough to top John Grew. He could not put a bike between John Grew and himself, so that way it's going to go 1-1-2 for the overall. John Grew is going to continue his dominant streak in the plus 50 class, but awesome to see Barry Karsten put some gold around his neck. And down there we have a new party with Barry Karsten and Jason Wigan on our Race Tech podium.
Oh, yeah. It is my esteemed pleasure to pick not a silver, not a bronze, but a gold medal. Finally got a Moto win at Loretta Lynn's. Let's hear it for Barry Karsten. Oh, and here's how you get those Moto wins. You pull those bell helmets, hole shots. Yeah, let's hear it for Barry. Oh, yeah. Look, I've talked to them all. I've hung out with McGrath and Carmichael and Stewart, but this is the guy I looked up to growing up. He lived about 5 minutes from my house. I'd ride my bicycle by. I saw the largest stock of Suzuki RM spare parts of all the dealerships in New Jersey combined. You finally made it to Loretta's. You've been good, but you finally got that Moto win.
Yeah, man, I had a disappointing ride in the 40. I missed a shift coming off the gate, and man, I rode good that race. And I said, listen, you got to ride here like it's in your backyard, and that's what I did.
Man, now, did you think you had a shot at the title? Gruey actually crashed at one point. Did you think you might have had the title too?
No, I mean, we finished like 20 seconds ahead of third and stuff, so, you know, unless his bike broke, it wasn't going to happen. But, you know, I haven't never got a goal here. I'm happy for it. I'm excited. So.
And we'll let you do the standard Barry Karsten, same old sponsors you always have, plugs.
Again, Bromley Suzuki out of Trevose, Pennsylvania. Suzuki, the RM Army, Suzuki Contingency, and a little rider support deal through the shops. Rye helmets, Scott goggles, FMF pipes, Dunlap tires, Sunstar sprockets. Bob's RV is what I do every day during the week. KPS suspension, Answer racing gear. My family, the Coombses, for putting this event on, AMA. Thank everybody. It's a good way to go home.
Absolutely. Barry Karsten is on top, the Moto winner in 50 plus. Great job, Barry. We got to clear the decks. Yeah, all the Jersey boys are pumped on this one. But he's going to come up just short of the title because of the always consistent number 70. We'll bring your bike up. In the meantime, let's bring up the number 4 of Earl May, who, man, that was a battle down to the wire to get a podium in this class. So let's bring Earl May on up. That was a last lap battle for this podium. And I saw the fist pump out of Earl May. He wanted that third. He dug down deep. He gets third. Let's hear it for Earl May. Well, you're riding number 4. Got fourth in a moto, fourth in the other moto. You were fourth going into the last lap. You are not going to settle for fourth again.
Yeah, the AMA guy told me, he said, you know, you can do something other than fourth. That's a heck of an idea. Maybe I should try that. But no, I knew we were real close, and I had third pretty good, installed it right before the 10 Commandments, and man, couldn't get the bike started. He got by, and I had on a lap and a half, 2 laps left. I was just like pinned it, gave it everything I had, and luckily, kind of those big sand whoops kind of remind me of the Florida days. I had a little bit of advantage there, so I was able to get by him. So yeah, it was fun.
Who do you want to thank, Earl? It's been a nice little comeback here for you.
Oh, for sure, my wife's awesome coming out here and supporting me through all the injuries and stuff and coming to all the races. The Carmichaels, Ricky, Big Rick, Jeannie, let me ride and train up there. Everybody at Kawasaki Team Green, Doug, Ryan, everybody's awesome. Pro Circuit, Fox, Oakley, Dunlop, especially Aaron and Todd at Fox, Renthal, Maxima, Stellar Graphics, and Dunlop Tires.
There it is, Earl May back on the podium here at Loretta's. Well, we know for sure he is human. He actually crashed in this moto. Even he can make mistakes, but it wasn't big enough to swing the championship in anyone else's favor. Second in the moto, your champion, John Gruey. All right, he gets the gold Bell Helmets championship helmet. All the Bell Helmets riders that are champions get it. And let's give you the shield as well.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough.
That really works. Good idea. Did you scare yourself for a moment there with that crash?
Yeah, I did, because the bike quit and everything, and I have no idea where third was at the time. So luckily, after the kind of crappy start, I charged real hard, hoping I was be able to catch Barry, and had a big enough gap to where I could get up.
All right, you did it again in the 50-plus class. You gave those 40-plus boys a good run, too. Who do you want to thank for it?
Man, for sure, Team Babbitt's at home. They do so much. The semis here. I felt like a factory rider all week with Rob, my mechanic right here, doing just everything for me. It's so nice, and it helped a ton. It always does at a race like this. So, big hats off to Team Babbitt and Team Green, helping me out along the way. Amsoil, Fox gear, the sick gear, new 18 stuff you get to wear. Man, so pumped. And Dunlop tires, factory connection suspension, FMF exhaust, decal works, twin air, Renthal. Guts Racing for their seat covers. And everybody who ever helped me, I really appreciate it.
He's champion again. Let's hear it for John Gruey. And there is Kit Bigelow of the AMA to hand over the #1 plate. John Gruey is officially your national champion once again in the 50-plus class.